Is that aloha,
aloha, my Twitch Johanna.
Oh.
Mahalo.
Said hi to Steve. I think he was there.
Mahalo. Every store you go into in Hawaii. Aloha. Thank you for visiting our beautiful store. Shoplifters will be shot in the head on sight. Mahalo.
Yes. You should only be allowed to shoot shoplifters in Hawaii. I think that's fair.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't bother me. I read a lot about Hawaii while I was there. I think it's fucking crazy. Polynesian history is insane, man. Did you know that like New Zealand, Fiji, Tahiti, Samoa, Hawaii are like, it's theorized that the people originally came from Taiwan, and then for like 2,500 years, they were sailing canoes around the fucking Pacific Ocean, bro. The Pacific Ocean?
I thought they originated from Tonga.
The current theory, according to fucking Jimbo Wales, at least, that I read, was Taiwan.
There was like a Hawaiian queen, and America just showed up and pointed a gun to her head and said, "Sign this piece of paper.
Listen.
We own you now."
What's up? In a broad sense, that's true. All I'm gonna, so like it's very slightly more complicated.
I think it literally happened.
No. Okay, so it was American
gunpoint.
business owners were like, we own Hawaii right now. Sign this piece of paper, and then like Grover Cleveland, the president of the U.S., was like, hey, do like a probe on this and see if this is good. And then they did a probe, and even in like 1895, they were like, no, that was fucked up. They should not have done that. So then Grover Cleveland went like, hey, what the fuck, guys? Like, give Hawaii back to the Hawaiians. And they were like, no. And then he was like, all right. And then McKinley got elected.
Nothing I can do.
Fucking Muppet sounding ass. What a stupid name.
McKinley got elected, and then he went, that's our Hawaii now. And that was kind of like, I guess that was sort of the end of that.
Who the fuck?
I love the way you phrased it, like America looking at Hawaii. Is this a thing?
What kind of a fucking name is Grover?
It is crazy.
It's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard. I hope no one's named Grover here.
We wouldn't have a Muppet if we didn't have that guy.
Yeah, it's true. They made the Muppets.
The Muppet!
They made the Muppets after him.
Oh, I know Little Miss. She was sat on a tuffet eating her fucking curds and whey or whatever.
Oh, that's true.
And then along came a spider. Stop me if you've heard this one before. It sat down beside her and gave her a bone of his own.
Oh.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Hey, got it?
Fuck?
Spiders do that?
Andrew Dice Clay over here.
Hey!
Smoking my vape behind the back of my head like Andrew Dice Clay. You know?
I still need a code, despite...
It's the same code he always uses, man.
All right, let's do this. Speaking of do this, I feel like I haven't talked to you, but you went on vacation.
I did go on vacation.
Is it public knowledge where you went? Aloha, my guy.
It is. But I don't like to tell people until after I go.
Well, why do you tell them after you go?
Because like if I tell them before I go, I mean it's just like I'm a big believer in the phrase, you show me the incentives and I'll show you the outcome. I used to tell people where I was gonna go and when I was going, and then like they would harass me about it. They wouldn't show up or anything, but they would be like, you're really gonna go here, and then like another 12 more Disney cruises, blah 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 blah. So now I tell people in the final 2 minutes of like the Friday stream before I leave.
Wait, so what did you do in Hawaii? Was it like a traditional Hawaii vacation, chilled?
Yeah. So like the first day we did like a tour, so we saw a lot of sights, and then this subsequent days.
How boring was that?
It's my favorite part.
The tour?
Yeah, man.
Like, do you go to museums and stuff?
We went to like some nature sites. There was a hike. There was like a temple. Went to like macadamia nut farm, a pineapple farm, stuff like that. But you know, it's nice to learn a little bit about the history of the place you're visiting. Can I be honest with you? I don't even know what this is, man.
C-section.
What does that do?
It's good. You can take it. You need it.
What is it? Oh, that's right.
How do I know these items and you don't?
I don't know what to tell you, brother. Just put the
I don't know
tears in
either.
the bag.
All right, I got you. So no, I mean, it sounds like some of it, the tour stuff, some of it was fun and cool, and some of it was snoozy.
Well,
Like the hut.
I know how this sounds, but like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to insult you necessarily, but like when you're on a family vacation, you do lots of stuff for the kid. So for
you think
me,
you think she enjoyed?
no, the
like-
opposite. But basically, like the rest of the vacation is for her. So I at least got to get like a little cultural enrichment instead of just swimming like the whole time. And I enjoyed the swimming, don't get me wrong, but it's also nice to have like a little bit of adult enrichment over that period as well.
See, I find it ironic that you find culture enrichment by doing touristy things.
Well, what would you do then?
Eat off the fruit of the land, man. Go to the local spots, talk to the people. Hey, where do we go where the tourists are not?
But you're a tourist.
Yeah, but you're doing non-tourist stuff.
So you think you're better than the other tourists. Why?
I'm not saying I'm better, but like going to the Dole pineapple plant and walking out with a can of pineapples, brother, you can do that at your local 5 and dime.
Well, I just don't understand. What would you do instead?
I would do like the local off the beaten path stuff. That's the actual good stuff.
Okay, but how are you gonna find that without like a tour?
You talk to the locals, brother. The
See,
people,
I
it's
guess
like-
this is great. I kind of like, and I think a lot of people are gonna agree with you and disagree with me. I would rather trust like the tour guide to show me some noteworthy stuff. Like he showed, we were on top of like some mountains. You know, it wasn't like he took us to ABC Mart and was like buy a spam musubi or something like that. I would kind of trust them over like just the first taxi driver who happens to take us from the airport to our hotel. But that's just me, because he kind of like he's a local and he does it for a living.
Does he, or is where he tells you to go? Does he get a slice of that? Like
The
HelloFresh?
restaurant that he took us to, he gets a slice of 100%.
Yeah.
He was glazing the restaurant like crazy, and it was like chicken fingers, basically. But but the other places were, I mean, they're sites of like local and cultural significance, and we actually got like, a perspective.
Yeah, sure. I didn't want the habit. I didn't want it. It's okay.
That's a good point. You do get hit more than me. You might want to take Blue Candle, man. I've already got like strong tears thanks to the C-section here.
I'll take Black Candle. Oh wait, you spent all the money because you're the CEO.
Why would you re-roll Blue Candle, man? It's a great item.
What was the highlight of the trip? Was hiking?
Well, for me, I really enjoyed the tour, but it was mostly just relaxing. What's the highlight of like any trip when you're on a trip with your family? Not cooking, not cleaning, eating in a restaurant for like every meal.
What like you? I mean, like, and I'm not BMing. Like
You are
sound like
BMing, but that's fine.
No,
I
I'm
can
not.
take it.
I'm not. Well,
I mean, I'm just gonna say you went to Italy, and you were like, I do what the locals do, and then you came back and you said nobody in Italy is sad. So this is the position you're arguing from here.
I guess
I haven't forgotten that. I haven't forgotten that.
I guess I didn't need the Black Candle. My question was, this was not BM. This was a genuine question. What about the tour did you find so...
I've said it like 12 times, man. The local tour guide taking us to the sites and also explaining a little bit of Hawaiian history that I was ignorant to was nice. It was enriching. I don't know what you want me to say.
So, first grading, you enjoyed learning on vacation.
Yes.
That's what you wanted.
Yes.
Okay. Why not go
As
back
opposed
school
to what? Oh, this is the restaurant that the Hawaiians eat at? Like what? We got food everywhere, man.
Yeah, but you don't have the local food. You got
Yeah,
the
we got most
pineapple
of it.
everywhere.
We got most of it, honestly. The Hawaiian food is good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but you went to like TGI Fridays.
We did not go to
Waikiki.
TGI Fridays.
Did you go to any chain restaurants? Caught, exposed, caught.
Well, I actually don't know the answer. Does anybody here in Hawaii know if there's multiple locations for Pounders?
Wait, you went to a restaurant called Pound?
That was the restaurant they took us to on the tour. It was called Pounders. And nobody else, I mentioned this at the time, and nobody else on the tour thought it was funny at all.
What did you say?
I said I got the poke at Pounders, and everybody went, "Was it good?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" Didn't you hear what I just said?
Do you think Kate enjoyed the trip?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. If you had to rank the enjoyment out of the three of you, who
I'm
had
not
the
gonna
most
do that.
fun?
Everybody had fun. Why do you want to fight?
I'm not fighting.
Would you do this with your own family? Would you come back and be like, which one of us do you think had the least fun? That's not a good place to start a conversation about this kind of stuff.
What I do is on the ride home, like, who had the most fun? And then I immediately go, me, and then everyone else in the car goes, me.
Yeah, you get them competing about it. I see. I didn't realize I was that low.
That's good. Did you, like, at what point, are you a week vacation guy, no more, no less?
It depends. We were only gone we were gone like Monday through Saturday morning. So it was basically like 4 or 5 days. I was ready to come home though.
Yeah.
But like, it depends. On the cruises, I'm not ready to come home most of the time.
Really?
I'm like, this boat could stay out there forever for all I care.
Ooh, well, would have been nice, but that's okay.
Well, we both died.
What?
I don't know. I'm not going to apologize for that.
What do you? Yeah, but yours was an unnecessary death.
I mean, I'll give you that. Was that necessary though? So I took the health. That's just because I don't want to cause any more unnecessary deaths. I wouldn't want to cause our finances to fall into disrepair.
Dude, I mean, I'm a simple man.
You think we can take them both at the same time? Just like in the mod?
Let's try it.
Okay. Count me down.
All right, hold on. Let's. So 3, 2, 1, go on, go, or just 3, 2, 1, go on, one.
Go. Like 3, 2, 1, and as the go comes out, we press W.
3, 2, 1, go.
That's fine. That's fine. I do feel you know what? It's not even worth talking about. I'm not even.
We're not gonna talk about that damage. We're not gonna talk about that damage upgrade.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, when you got C-section and a damage upgrade. Okay. All right.
Oh, hey, wait a second here. Sorry, I definitely should not have taken that. But check it out, dude. If we don't take damage against the hardest boss you could face on this floor, 100% chance for a deal with the devil. This is the
first time I've ever played a game with you in 12 years where you are showing off only child syndrome.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? You just soaked up an extra damage, you soaked up a heart, and you didn't even think twice about it.
And I carried. Look at this. And I carried.
I'm out here starving for hearts.
Oh, okay, take the tears up, man. Take the tears up.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thanks for the hanger. I'll take. Yeah, you'll take. Yeah, you take that too. That's fine.
Guppy
only child behavior.
Can I say, by the way, speaking of only child behavior, you might be God's strongest soldier for having 3 children. I'm going with this.
What makes you say that,
so
brother?
And I want to preface this by saying the family we were with when we were on vacation is very nice. They have a child that's around our daughter's age, like plus or minus a few months.
Wait, you went with another family?
Yeah.
Oh, you left that part out? Wait. Who's is it like a friend from school? What is it?
I'm protecting their information because they're normies. I'm not going to tell you anything about them because I know how you are.
But like, either way, so someone from a new social circle that you're trying to protect because we've already exposed all the old social circles. Okay, fair enough.
So they have a child that's around our daughter's age.
Wait, real quick, do they know what you do for work?
Yes.
Do they watch you? Are they in chat right now? Hey guys,
it's possible, I guess. I don't know. But either way,
you told them,
can I get to the point of the story before I lose the tangent that started in the first place?
Yes, but then I got questions about the family.
Like, you must go through this all the time, right? Don't you meet, 50 new parents a year at your kids' schools?
Yeah, don't tell them. None of them know what I do. Why would
what do you tell them that you do?
I'm in marketing.
That's crazy. That's lying, man.
Is it?
Yes, it's a lie of it's a lie of omission.
Yesterday for some game that you're marketing on their behalf.
Yeah, but that's not what I do.
I don't think you do either.
That's my function to the corporate overlords. It's not what I do. It's not who I am at the core of my being.
my wife asked about you at dinner the other day, and she goes, "Why do people watch him?" And I said, "Because he's one of the only streamers that doesn't think he's important."
That's
true.
Oh,
that makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah, but then you just said something that counteracted.
Actually,
that,
that's false. Yes. I'm one of the only streamers who knows he isn't important, but feels more important than the other ones. Most of them, at least, but not all of them. But most of them. Anyway.
Okay, so you're saying, so the family you went with had how many kids?
They have one child that's around the same age as my daughter, plus or minus like a few months, right?
Okay.
This is a problem, man. How are we gonna get through this? Either way, they have one daughter. She's around my daughter's age, plus or minus a few months. And I kind of thought, like, we've been toying with the idea of having a second kid, right? I'm an only child. My wife is, she has one sister. I don't know if this is how it always goes down, but as an only child, I was like, I think it'd be nice for our daughter to have, like, a guaranteed friend. And as a person who had a sibling, my wife is like, my sister and I have like a tenuous relationship that is marked with like her bullying me as a child and then like trying to repair the relationship as adults. But I was like, I don't think that would work. I think that's pretty rare. I think it would just be like guaranteed friendship, man. So like first couple of days of our kids hanging out, I was like, this is nice. She's got a guaranteed friend. And then they started to get at each other's throats a little bit, and there's like a cascade of like, my daughter would do something to like offend the other kid, and then the other kid would start to cry, and then we would like tell our daughter that like you have to be nicer, so like apologize, and then she would start to cry, and then it would just like go around and around and around in a circle for like an hour. And I was like, damn, dude, one kid is that's the way. My wife was telling the truth, man.
I mean, it's a triple-edged sword, because I'll tell you this. So yesterday, I just took out my oldest son. We went out to dinner, and it felt like vacation, right? But the flip side is, here's my take on kids. One kid, okay. Two kids, because I have a sister, right? And you need a third party. So I think two kids, you can have what like Kate and her sister is. But if you have three, there's always the third party to be like, hey, look, Kate's sister, you're the one in the wrong. Let's fix it. Whereas, so like, if Kate says, "Yeah," that's see. So like two is like, it's like head to head all the time, and then three is like, they have to come to some sort of agreement. Yes, but when you have the third one, you're chopping. Your brain was meant to be divided into 4 parts. Yes. When you have a third one, it gets chopped into 12 parts. So is it worth chopping your head into 12 parts so that there's a adjudicator between the kids? That's a higher question. You have to have a higher power compelling you, I think. So you would, I mean, I know it's pretty fresh, but coming off the vacation, you would say that going on a vacation with another child, but you also have to know that child's not yours, right? So you couldn't, if that other child was in the wrong, which I know you would not comment on because potentially their parents are watching right now, you could. Well, and it's not your place. I guess that's the thing too. Is like you're. But I'm saying if it was your kid, you would, you could. You'd be like, hey, knock it off. Yeah. So you would say that, did it affect the needle of you having another kid or no? Yes, it affected it in the negative direction for sure. Wow. Okay. All right. But then also, like a week or two before that, we went to our friend's house who also have 2 of their own kids, and that was like step 1, where I was like, man, you guys really like don't get a break at all, huh? I mean, like we're kind of burning the candle at both ends, but like it can get worse than that for sure. But also, I think, because obviously I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, I think there's a window, right? Like, I think we're in the window right now. Like the window of, hey, it's very difficult. I think at an age, it's like, maybe 10. Once it hit 10, then you're like, oh. Fortnite, cell phone, uninterrupted, unlimited internet access. Like, it's pretty much like you're child free again. Kind of. I mean, it's kind of like the opposite. What's the opposite of life? I guess it's kind of how it feels, So I'm trying to, because it's tough, man. Having a kid is tough, but there's times and you're like, you just gotta, you grit, man. You grit your teeth and you're like, enjoy it, but also it's not forever either, Yeah. Oh man, It's like the paradox of life.
Dan, I got horrible news for you, man. I don't think I'm making it out of here.
I mean, it's a tough floor. I don't think we're making it out of here either. Nice save. I think we were probably talking when you took Guppy. That's the only explanation.
Well, I'm working on the muscle memory of the items I like, but with an antiquated model of my skill set. You know what I'm saying?
So right now, for nosy people, if you had to put a percentage on you having another kid as of right now,
in the next like 3 years, like 0%.
Wow. What were you pre-Hawaii?
I don't know, like 10.
Oh, okay.
In 10 years, who knows? But that's, you know, that's a long way away. Nice try.
Wait,
buddy.
so all right, so at what point with your new quote unquote friend group did you tell them what you did for a job?
I mean, when they asked, I guess.
And when someone who you like in real life, because I'm assuming that you like them, asks you what you do for real life, what do you tell them?
I tell them what I do for real life.
Okay, that's the interesting part. What is the verbatim that comes out of your mouth?
I tell them I make YouTube videos and I stream video games on a website called Twitch, and sometimes they're familiar with what it is and sometimes they're not.
Okay, so these new friends that you're hobnobbing with in Hawaii, were they familiar with it?
Yeah, but I'm not going to answer any more questions because they're private citizens.
Yeah, but did they ask you more questions about your job?
I'm not going to answer
or they
any
just
more
let you have
questions because they're private
But
citizens. It's their
Well, you can just
information.
be-
It's
you
their
can-
information to divulge. It's not my information to divulge. Because I know
So they must
you're putting me on a question ladder. As soon as you answer one question, it's easier to get someone to answer the subsequent questions.
It's not a ladder. I'm trying to get an understanding if they actually know what you do, or if they just let you off the hook with
They
that.
actually know what I do. When people ask me what I do, I tell them the truth.
Yes,
Although
but
I
you-
have been toying with the idea of telling Uber drivers that I'm an administrative assistant at an office because I'm just sick of having the conversation in an Uber. And I feel like it creates some uncomfortable situations where they often want my email address and then to talk to me like after the ride is over and I'm just trying to get home from the airport. But like people that are gonna be relatively like, you know, I'm gonna see them again. Yeah, I tell them the truth about what I do.
So in the vein of being truthful, then I'm gonna flat out ask you what I want to ask you. Then
Okay.
instead of getting a roundabout question to get it. So when you say they know what you do,
Yes.
For example, do they know like I rated you the other week or early on Monday, and do they know that your conversation on stream is, hey, would you rather drink urine or
Yes.
eat excrement? Like
Well, that's
I'm trying to.
so
I'm saying,
first
do
off,
they know that about you?
I
Do
think
they
that
know
the
that? That's what I'm
average
trying to- do they
person,
know?
the average person would be like, that's a silly question. It's a stupid question. I would rather drink urine. The other one's like not even up for discussion. Like I don't want to drink pee, but if it's pee or poop, I'm drinking the pee. And the thing is, so do I know that they know that's what I'm talking about? No, I don't.
So they don't know what you do then.
Well, they know the industry I'm in. It's like when someone tells me that they're an accountant. I'm like, oh, are you in like, you know, tax accounting or like business accounting? Like I already know enough. I'm not interested in the other part.
So you think they just assume that you talk about that stuff?
Well, I'll tell you, whether they do or they don't, it doesn't embarrass me. If somebody watched that content and they said, you should be embarrassed, that's their own business. I'm not embarrassed about what we talk about. I think we talk about
I'm not
stuff.
asking if you're embarrassed.
Well, then why would I lie if I wasn't embarrassed?
So my question is, you can go ahead and take that item, is so on the trip, are you making Twitch jokes or are you Normie Andy?
I'm
that's what we're
Normie
getting.
Andy, but I'm also Normie Andy because I'm there with my 4-year-old. I'm not talking about that stuff around my 4-year-old to begin with because she's 4. And
Yeah,
I'm
but
her
what
dad.
about when they were Hadouking each other on the beach?
I'm
You had
keeping
time to spare with
myself
the parents?
like very close to the situation because, you know, the tide comes in pretty quick.
But I'm saying when they were having a good time and you're like, oh, this is nice. Just 4 parents hanging out. The kids are babysitting themselves. Like you weren't dropping Twitch humor.
The way that all the drinking pee and the eating poop.
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, you brought it up, so too bad.
Well,
Um,
okay.
Do you want the dog food, by the way? Should I re-roll? You're the CEO.
I'm the CEO. I'll take
it. Those are dialogues. So it's either a dialogue that I'm having with chat or a dialogue that I'm having with, other streamers that are in the call. It's not just me conjuring that out of nowhere. So are we talking about more adult stuff if the kids are asleep? Yeah, but it's not pee and poop unless they bring pee and poop to the conversation. Like, we weren't talking about pee and poop until you brought it up. I feel like you're making it seem like I go live every day to talk about pee and poop. I go live every day to talk about what people are asking me about. Oftentimes it ends up being about pee or poop, which I think says a lot about society these days. But I'm merely a vessel for the culture to filter itself through and for me to compare myself against.
So the answer is yes.
I don't even know the question. I'm gonna. You're the CEO. I'm re-rolling that though. That's a huge item.
For me. I'm just joking. No, that's cool. That's
Do you really like you? So I don't want to use the L word because it's copywritten. But
yeah,
you lie to the parents at your kid's school and tell them you're in marketing.
I don't even answer them. I will. You have to.
You just hit him with like another. You deflect it.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, like they're like, hey, what do you do? I'm like, oh, what do you do? And then it just dissipates.
That's crazy.
Because people inherently want to. Why? People inherently just want to talk about themselves.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I think it's. So I used to be a little bit more embarrassed, but now, depending on the situation, I actually consider it like a privilege to be able to tell somebody that what I do for work is interesting.
I did. We had a family over with kids, or the mom brought over the kids, and they were all hanging out and stuff, and then I came off a stream, and like I've seen her around school and stuff. She goes, oh, what are you doing there? I'm like, working. She's like, oh, what do you do? And then I told her. She goes, oh, I thought you were a drug dealer. And I was like,
that's why you gotta tell them, man.
I was like, why do you think that? She's like, well, whenever I asked you what you did for work, you'd always pivot and deflect it. I'm like, why would you think noticed? I'm a drug dealer? Do I look like a drug dealer? But anyways. No, I mean, the reason I don't tell people, I just don't feel like people will understand.
I think, like 5 years ago, you had to do more legwork with it. Now, like, everybody in our demographic at a minimum watches YouTube. So my experience now is when I tell people that I make YouTube videos about video games, they're like, oh, I get it. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos about like golf or tennis or like, I watch videos where like a dude cleans people's lawns and stuff like that. I think people will know. It's whether or not you want them to know, which is also, I mean, it's your right. But I do think it might create some issues where people think you're a drug dealer. I also can understand, to empathize with you, I can understand not wanting to have the conversation about the fact that you were on Big Brother with every single person you meet for the rest of your life. So I can understand where you're coming from on that one, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, part of it is too, and this is maybe cynical, is like, if I'm not gonna see the person ever again, it's easier to just say marketing.
Like, I can understand that, but like, I don't know. At the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I guess I like talking to people, surprisingly. So I don't mind answering. Because I ask people the same questions, maybe they get annoyed. Whenever I meet someone who's a dentist, I'm like asking them crazy questions. I'm like, what's the worst part about being a dentist? And then I always expect that
talk to anyone?
Well, it's the opposite, I think. They're like, I'm always talking, but no one's ever...
Doesn't it have the highest gulp rate?
I don't know if that's true or that's just from Seinfeld, but...
Oh, alright.
First time chatter, does this streamer ever talk about the game? You must be new here. Most astute Twitch streamer, you must be new here. It's rare to witness a type A chatter being born. Lightning crashes, the moderator's dies. The confusion levels heads and go down. The new chatter down the hall. Oh, my streamers ranting once again. You know what I'm saying? The confusion levels heads. The confusion is they do be leveling heads. to the glory of the high, high. The fetus opens her eyes. The confusion sets in and gives birth to the fetus down the hall. Oh, my fetus setting in again like confusion. Thunder leveling heads. Put the fetus at the center of the setting in. Pale blue colored eyes. Confusion sets in with the angel down the hall. I know what you're saying. That's a classic from the 90s. That's a 90s classic, without a doubt.